I'm gonna dig deep into this one. So something I noticed with Shock, the whole playoff series, or not series, I mean their whole playoffs run so far, is that they start out not scrappy, but uncoordinated on Koff each time. So first off, Libero going in too early. Maybe not too early. It depends on if it's intentional or not. Because if it's intentional for him to punch in, then it's just a good response by Sinatra. I think it's intentional. But you see, like, it's... There's no way to help him, so... Let's continue. Then Orb into punch. Or into Sigma Rock and then punch. I was surprised by this while I watched it live. Shock didn't manage to cap the point either. It's not that bad to lose a Libero early, because you still have point not unlocked and then no one has ult charges. I just think that NYXL got their value from Coalescence earlier. Just take a look here. From Libero's... let's see a Libero. Punch on Sigma. Slam. Sinatra doesn't get the same value back as Libero's about to get here. They punch away Risa, sure. But Sigma keeps getting punched. If I remember correctly, the fight never ended. It did end, but it was such a brief fight. What's up, by the way? Carp is the best and some guy. So then Coalescence comes in. Choi is dead. Violet dead. And you just have way too much pressure as NYXL. And nice orb on Sinatra. Evil toast the strat right there in the corner. And that's it. The cap point. Or they were about to cap point. Moth went for the beta. And it's fine to go for this beat, because the Risa is coming back, and then you can stall until the DPS is coming back as well. But since beat is gone, Meko is gonna have a free gravitic flux, Anmo is gonna be able to beat for choice gravitic flux, and it's all just gonna be uphill for Shock for a bit here. Yeah. So if you enter point now, or not point, but you break the choke, using bongos is fine. You can use the bongos in order to pressure the frontline, make them rotate, because they would just have a disadvantage if they don't pop bongos or some other ult. Sigma comes in and that's beated. Anything else? Reaper ult was used underneath to remove the beat. It didn't do much. Sinatra died. And then defensive Coalescence. I think they scouted Striker. What's up, Riot? Alright, so let's see if Striker is scouted. I think they know about Striker coming in. Yep, they do. Or it looks like it, at least. Because as Striker TP is in, everyone exits. How's the review going? I just started it, so it's going well. But the NYXL, see here, they became split. Did they go in? They don't get the kill. Okay, so they became split because they didn't get the kill on Smurf. He broke the LOS with the corner. And they kept waiting, assuming they would walk in. And that's how Striker survived as well. Not enough damage, plus reform. Then pick on Libero. And then Sinatra just goes in. There we go. Cool. Next fight. So NYXL, if they would get the pick on Smurf, it's a completely different story. However, when you've used your abilities, your combos, etc., it's then Shock's turn. And the positioning is worse for you as NYXL because you chased back. So NYXL rotating indoors. This is just a rotation to avoid the choke fights. Let's see here. What if I used? We have Sebiolbi with Fade. Wow, these are long arms. Wow. Then we have Libero. Everyone has such long arms. Mano has 45 up. Mekko is gonna get sacked up. Jarnak has Fade. Anima is beat. There it is. Meteor Strike not used on the same place as the... Like, check this. Meteor Strike not used in the same place as the Gravitic Flux. Well, it is similar to where it's used, but the reason it's not used is because of an orb from Smurf. That's why they're sucked in here. And it was close to clipping into, or not clipping, but catching Sinatra's Libra. Sebiolbi gets Smurf off, and that should be it for Shock. Now Shock has to play defense because you don't have any chance to go for combos yourself anymore, or how to say, you don't have a chance to be aggressive. So any amount of percentage you can stall on point, it's perfect. Anto, what's up, dude? So last fight coming up for NYXL. That's a nice orb on Smurf, and then TP with Striker. But Fortify and Eat stops it completely. Orb and orb into Sigmalt. Huge. Came way early for the long arms. Then orb messed up. Punch into Strike. Oh well, Meteor Strike into the orb. There's the orb. Sebiolbi did a great job flanking from behind, or like TPing in behind all the time. So punch, Meteor Strike. At the same time, Striker's in the backline. And I think the focus in Shock's backline is better than Striker going in. Or strike gets way less value because, yeah. Need to strike, coalescence, etc. kills your front line. And then backline too. I should say backline instead of frontline. Frontline instead of backline, sorry. How are you doing today, Luto and Anto? Symmetra's just to reach point. Here's a difference. Mekko getting punched or positioning to get punched. Could dodge it, right? NYXL, they ended up... I don't like to use the term too much, but they ended up panicking a lot here. I was gonna say choking, but I think it's panicking actually. Mekko is just positioning himself for the punch. That's a nice orb then on Sinatra. A bit too late on the coordination with accretion. NYXL, they're just setting themselves up for these punches. First the wall, then the rock. Nice. I think coordination between Smurf and Sinatra here is the key. Early coalescence. This is massive value. Very, very obvious, but that's massive value. Sinatra, I want to see how he died because he died very recklessly. Oh yeah, he was hiding, I remember. No. Wait, this is not that fight. Ah, yeah. He tried to go for the orb. But because of coalescence and just damage after hitting the Risa, he was dead. Nice attempt though. The Moth picked, and it's looking like a lost fight already. That pick, it's gonna hunt them. Or haunt them. Because Shock, they can decide if they wanna stall more, or if they wanna reset. I think they should stall more, like Sinatra does here. Goes in, kills Jonak. Meet you strike allows time, not only to set up your next, how to say, couple of abilities, but also able to buy time for your teammates to walk in. And... yeah, NYXL, they start panicking here. Or I think they do start panic. So Gravitic Flux comes in, Meteor Strike. They used... no, that's all they used. Seabjorp is gonna use ult here. There's the bongos, it's totally fine to use bongos. And you see, they tried to coordinate Seabjorp's TP with Meteor Strike too. And then Anemo uses beat. This is one of those Anemo beats. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure he just uses it because everyone's low. Yeah. He just uses it because everyone is low. Not enough healing there, since Jonak was dead as well. And now these are very large ults committed by NYXL. Buff uses beat, that's fine. Because Anemo used his beat. And at the same time, Mekko It goes in from somewhere completely different. Let's see. Oh yeah, he's alone on point. Check this. He's alone on point. And Shock, I would say they don't mind getting fluxed. Because there's not enough damage right now. Since Reaper is outside, Doomfist is dead. And yeah, Sigma's dead too. And as NYXL, you don't have anything for the next fight. And NYXL, they just bled too much. They lost to themselves here. What's up, Chroma? Yeah, nice combo. Ball is destined to lose versus this comp. Very difficult for Ball to do much. And Risa, she's gonna struggle with Reaper behind, etc. And then Mekko flanking. You see, all these angles, or like different angles for the walls, it's just heaven for Sigma. Because of bouncing your balls. And the only, realistically speaking, only thing Choi can do is spin to win. So he's gonna switch. And let's see, the switch coming in soon. There we go. So yeah, NYXL, they won that fight. Let's assume that both teams have equal ult charge. If both teams have equal ult charge, NYXL has to win every fight. Otherwise they lose the point, right? The round. So I think NYXL lost regardless of what happened when they used Animal Beat, Microgravity Flux, Sebiolbi ult. I think Sebiolbi ult here was fine because it wasn't too late to how to say reset. But once Animo used Beat, I think Beat came in after Animo actually. Yeah, I think Blossom came in after Animo actually. Let's see here. No, it came in after Animo. So Beat Blossom was also wasted then. And I think by the time they committed all these ults, they set themselves up for the loss. Shock, they can decide, okay, we got 2 fights without using ults. NYXL, they have to use ults. Or Shock could use, Coalescence for example. And Coalescence alone is enough to pressure them. Mekko, dying alone here, let's see how. You're welcome. Get it orbed. I just think Mekko tried to dodge and yeah, messed up. He messed up. He could have tried to block a line of sight, exit point even. I don't know, it's anything except standing out here alone because of the uppercut. And that's all. That's all for this round. Cool. Let's go for next round.
Ready for battle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Same comps. See these bounces, nice. Orb comes in, no punch. There's the punch, 45 used. Oh, what happened there? Yeah, my game tabbed out. There's the punch. Fortify. Libero not connecting with his abilities. And then Striker pushing or pressuring Sebiolbi so that he cannot TP in. Reform was used by Sebiolbi. Punch comes in. Great coordination by Shock. And I think Shock has much better positioning. And also decision making regarding positioning on the fly. Because they don't get punched as much into walls as NYXL. It might not even be intentional by them, but they're strict with the positioning. And so is NYXL, of course, but not as much. Echo, orbed. Wait, was he orbed? Or did he just stand? Oh, he was orbed. Well, bigger problem is that he was in front of the corner. Or the pillar. Okay, let's look at this again. Ah, yeah, because Manu was pushed back. That's why he's in the front here. I think this is just a great call by Choi. Choi or Sinatra. Or Smurf. Let's see, who are looking? Oh, it could be Striker too, actually. Because if you try to see who sees him in that, like, stairway. Could be Violet too. It's not Moth, because Moth has no idea. He's looking here. I think it's Sinatra, Striker, Smurf. Probably Sinatra, actually, because he's the one charging. No. He's not moving first. Sinatra's probably listening. So it could be Choi. Because he said already pushing up his shield. So I'm pretty sure they knew they would get this kill. It's like when you're playing Widow and you're just going for a hook shot and it just feels like, oh, I'm getting this kill. And then you get the kill. It's exactly like that feeling. Orb comes in. Mick overstays. He gets killed. Shouldn't happen. Okay, next fight. Well, lessons, I want to back up a bit more. I want to see positioning before fight. Okay, so you have Coalescence with Beat, and Shock has Death Blossom plus Smurf. How do you end up there? Sorry. Or Choi, I mean. Oh, he's orbed, okay. Oh, that's a nice punch. That's a great punch. And then he has shield as well. There's the bongos. Smurf slightly in front of his shield. He didn't have to be. Actually, this is bad positioning by Smurf. What does he see? Or what? Oh, wait. Not sure. Let's go back a second. I want to see if he gets headshotted by Man or something. Oh yeah, he is. He's definitely getting headshotted. Well, 2 shots. Who else is dealing damage? Meko dealing some damage. Jonak too. But yeah, he should be crouching and using a shield. And now he backs up. It's not that big of a difference like this. When walking forward, it's more for hitting more better shots or easier shots. Libra just suiciding. Because of Reaper. They kinda get locked because Striker flanks, and that's a great flank. And then they are locked. Before he engages, Choi goes in with ult. That's a beat. And at the same time, Jonak is dead. Where did Jonak die, exactly? Oh yeah, I thought it was Sibyolbe for some reason. That's nice. Punch into Meteor Strike. Then there's Orb into Meteor Strike. Massive amount of damage, accretion, everything. Yeah. Shock is just on a different level when it comes to fights. I think NYXL choked here. Like, you just get like tunnel vision, you get anxiety or whatever. I think it's, I don't know if it's anxiety. I'm not an expert, so don't take this with a bit of salt. But it's like, if you think about anxiety and choking, like it's very similar. You get the same tunnel vision. Everything else shuts off. And you just focus on this one thing, but you have nowhere to run. Because you know you gotta go to point. You can't run away from point. So you panic, and then you end up doing nothing. I'm not sure if that's exactly what they felt, but they looked like they panicked a lot later in the series. So I'm thinking like maybe this is like where you start to see early how to say, signs. There's just too much pressure for them. Like individual mistakes, getting picked left and right, etc. Meteor Strike coming in here. Nice. Orb saved Sinatra. Just wanna let you know, he saved Sinatra. But that's something you can't exactly tell in the moment, I guess. It was briefly like saved, but yeah. Meko trying his best to survive. Gravitic Flex missed. That's whatever. The Shock. Great aggression, great positioning, great fights. NYXL, they start the fights well. It feels like Shock didn't play as expected. Or as NYXL expected them to play. This was also NYXL's map choice.